Good evening, everyone. How you guys doing? Good to see you guys again. Welcome to X Spaces Live V9. And here we are today with some updates for you guys. Super excited to what's announced. And yeah, let's get the guys started. How you doing, Chris?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh man, can't complain, can't complain. Super excited for what has to come for what we've been doing. But again, just a quick overview. Today we're going to be covering, right now the whole new thing is open Claude bot, all that other stuff. And we're going to be showcasing what we've been building and cooking up for Liquid Agent. We'll be covering the containers, how each user will get their own isolated, always on instance agent, marketplace skills, multi-channel asset access, and etc. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to post it in the chat. And we'll go ahead and get it started.
Right. So, actually, the first thing is just basically kind of just like an overview, just like, oh, and don't mind me, I'm actually currently at Starbucks at the moment. Um, but one of the things that I've noticed about like the Open Claw is, you know, it's really amazing. It kind of reminds me basically of like some of the stuff that I always wanted to build with Liquid Agent in the beginning, but it's just like trying to find the basically like trying to find the right direction with it all. But with the rise of OpenClaw and the technology in itself, I'm seeing like really fascinating use cases and how all this stuff can be applied to Liquid Agent. I wanted to make sure that it complements the platform itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to share my screen. We're sharing the entire window. Okay, can you see this?
Yep, we can see it.
All right, cool. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go into the Liquid Agent here and the platform in itself. Now Telegram is not linked at the moment, but what I can do is um, I can we'll go through it together, like just see everything that is going on and how everything works. What I may end up doing actually is I'm going to actually see if I can link this thing real quick. So I'm going to connect and exit out of there. Okay. So after connecting, and essentially what I did was I basically just connected. Um, I connected to OpenClaw, so individuals will be able to just directly connect right to OpenClaw with basically their own container, their own instance. Um, Reason being is because with of course the rise of AI and the amazing use cases that it has, there are a lot of people that one still don't know how to use this thing to their abilities, and not just that is you have plenty of platforms that give you the access to OpenClaw, but they don't really tell you afterwards, like, what do you do? So, and there's been plenty of times where individuals have asked, like, well, what can I do with this thing? Or, how do I utilize it? And the beautiful thing is, you have plenty of ways of accessing it, you have plenty of ways of doing it. So, on Liquid Agent, individuals will have their own instance, they'll be able to restart the instance, stop it if they want to, connect to Telegram. Right now, it's showing just the total messages that I have. Um, the usage is going to be much higher, but just for testing, I'm doing just, out of 50 container. So to start, each person will have their own amount of storage. It'll be around 5 gigabytes of storage. But you have the ability to increase it if you want to. So if you want to increase it up to um, a certain amount, you can. And actually, let me go to the basically like the testing version of this. So for here, I can test it. Users can also basically delete their chat history or their logs or anything of that nature, so that if they want to clean out the space, then they can do so. So right now I'm at 6. Let's upgrade once. Let's see. You know. Okay, so I'm upgraded, and let me go back to the logs. I'm going to clear my logs. Okay, and then so after doing that, which okay, yeah, after doing that, basically, and mind you, this is still in this beta format, so there's going to be a few little front end bugs here and there. But besides that, the biggest thing is to me, is the skills. So basically, after an individual has their skill, like have their open claw account in their instance, you'll have different skills that you want to deploy. So right now I have quite a few little skills here and there that I can actually use for my system. So memory tools, you have weather, crypto price tracker. And so individuals will be able to utilize these skills that's on our platform. Each skill still determining the price points, but basically users will be able to purchase the skills for their open claw, and we vet the skills. Reason being is, there's a lot of skills that individuals have uploaded, but for security measures, don't want it to be to where there's a certain skill that is used, and then somebody ends up either losing data or losing funds or anything of that nature. So we will be vetting the skills as well. And for let me see, there's going to be an automation section. So from there, individuals will be able to create their own automations. They can schedule automations. And then for the channels, you see I have the Telegram open. I do have a connection to iMessage, so there's another medium for individuals that if they want to connect to iMessage, they can. With OpenClaw, I know individuals were mentioning that they were purchasing the iMacs, and I believe that was specifically for the ability to use the iMessage. I do have a MacBook, so I can use it. If you have a MacBook, then you should be able to use it as well. But here we are. I mean, we can try some stuff out. Let me see. The first thing I've been kind of just testing out is the scheduled payments, because we have scheduled payments on here. So I can say, hey, schedule a payment to Christopher in 20 minutes. I want to send 0.15 USDC. And so, individuals will still be able to utilize the entire Liquid Agent page. So like the schedule, the staking, the lending, the insights, individuals will still be able to utilize those things. But at the same time, they'll be able to take advantage of whatever skills that are on Liquid Agent and utilize them. But you can see here that it says, I'll schedule the payment of 0.15 USDC to Christopher in 20 minutes from now. And if I go to active, you can see that it is sending in 20 minutes 0.15 USDC, 0.15 USDC. So the agent system in itself, if I wanted to, I could, let me see. Let's see. Who have I scheduled to so far. Give me a list. So this nice little demo is basically just showcasing some of what OpenClaw and what Liquid Agent will be able to do for individuals. How I see this is it will be the best of both worlds. I was funny enough talking to my wife last night about how um, Liquid Agent can do, of course, the blockchain based things, but it also can do it can do the blockchain based stuff, but it also can serve as an assistant, a general assistant for individuals. Reason being is, in this day and age, you still have a lot of individuals that they might be in blockchain, but there are a lot of people that aren't in blockchain, and so the way to get some people onboarded would be, of course, to simplify blockchain interaction, but also show individuals what AI and how this, automation systems can be able to help individuals to, easily onboard and utilize these systems. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can make this list into a file. Can you generate me a file of this list, please? And so, right now, because I'm in Telegram, there are going to be individuals that if they want to be, if they're going to have a list, it's fine. But if they want to have an actual file, to generate, to actually, let's say, send to a CPA, or if they want to send, a list to a friend or a client, then they should be able to do so from their agent. Um, I want to make this thing, of course, extremely powerful for individuals to be able to utilize this in many different occasions and environments. But, I know someone mentioned to me before, as far as like other opportunities, such as, for example, like Polymarket and or trading like BankerBot. I've been actually exploring it. I think that would be, of course, a powerful use case. Um, BankerBot in itself is leading. I would say it's one of the leading platforms when it comes to agentic finance. And yeah, I see individuals being able to utilize Liquid Agent along with Banker, just for an example. Yeah, mind you, it created the file, but it created a .md within the system to where it can actually send individual. Like I said, the awesome thing about it. Let me see if I can change its name. What's your name? So it has the ability to be able to generate this. And I'm not sure if you'll be able to truly hear this, but so it told you the name to be named. We'll just say we named Aqua for now on. Okay, and I see that Yam says the stream is lagging. Okay, and so let me check real quick. Okay, it looked like it's back up and running. All right. So what I just did was I basically just told it. I asked for its name, and it gave me the name, and basically in the voice, in the speech. So Liquid Agent will give you the ability to speak, um, in either in text or it'll actually speak back to you. Again, do not know if you'll be able to hear it, but the beautiful thing is I can always change it. But let me actually turn it off, and let's see if it actually was able to take that in. So, um, what's your name again? It's a beautiful thing is, of course, with Liquid Agent is also having the persistent memory as well. And so individuals will have again their own containerized system. And so, for example, its name was Liquid Agent, and by by default, the name will be Liquid Agent for every individual. But for each individual, they have the ability to change their agent's name to whatever they want it to be called. Let me actually check here. Okay, cool. So you can change it to whatever you want it to be named or where to be called. Let me go back to the actual active. Okay, so I'm going to actually remove it for now. So beautiful thing is, of course, again, you can actually schedule payments, and then you can use your agent to actually make those scheduled payments as well. And let me see what else. What's my actually, yeah. What's Let me turn this back on real quick. What's my uh, just to be safe, I always want to ask like different questions that's regards to security, because of course with OpenAI, not OpenAI, but with OpenClaw, there was one of the things that individuals were having issues with when it first came out was the security measures. Of course with Liquid Agent and what we do, we take security very seriously. So I can ask it uh, what are the .env files. Um, ask questions like that. Each container, again, each user will have their own Liquid Agent essentially. And so with that, you have to be mindful of security measures and make sure that no one can ask questions that would basically allow them to get into sensitive information, because obviously it's very important. I'll ask another question. What are the API keys? And so, again, you know, one of the important things about OpenClaw that I find fascinating is the fact that it remind like last year, some of the larger or some of the platforms or frameworks that were just coming out was like um, Eliza OS and Zerebro and a few others. And you know, when Van and I first started with Liquid Agent, we had basically built it as an internal tool for us, but we thought of it more so as like something that it could be much more open for individuals to use. We thought of using Eliza, but it I don't know. In my opinion, it didn't really. And no shade to them because I know they have advanced from a year, but just back then, I just didn't really see, didn't feel that like connection like I do with OpenClaw. Um, but with OpenClaw, I can see individuals utilizing this thing in so many different ways, in blockchain and in non-blockchain activities. And so with that, wanted to figure out a way to make it to where individuals could, create their own OpenClaw system, and do it in a way that is very, very fast and efficient. It's not, them having to set up their own virtual servers or having to go and get their own like Raspberry Pis or MacBook Minis, or you know any small little computer or whatnot. Everything would be basically simplified through us, the Liquid Agent, and then from there, the beautiful thing is, again, having those skills, because at the end of the day, you're going to have individuals that will ask like, hey, uh, what can I do with this thing? And so, that's why I see it's important to also be able to have some skills. um, you can probably see I've been experimenting. So right now, DuckDuckGo search, browser automation, Polymarket odds, Yahoo Finance. Let me exit. What's the current price of NVIDIA? I'll ask it a few questions and try out some different skills. The beautiful thing about this, honestly, is I am starting to use this more for my, basically for my day-to-day tool. And once there's more and more skills and much more maturity with this thing, I can definitely see more individuals using this for their own tool, whether it be for, uh, you know, the weather, or scheduling different, blockchain activities. Um, the list goes on. Again, there's just so many things that you can do with this thing, but it's just knowing that at the end of the day, like, individuals will be able to, utilize this platform, and it should be super simple. What's the current weather in Atlanta? And so, another thing to think about too is, if um, you compare the prices of, like, if you want to get your own OpenClaw instance right now, you have to consider getting the computer or the virtual server. You have to then figure out how to utilize, or basically download OpenClaw, and then you have to also be able to get your own API key, and then you have to also know how to download the skills. And so all of that can legitimately take probably between 1 to 2 hours or more if you're not skillful. If you don't know how to, you know, grab, or clone repositories on GitHub or anything of that nature, Liquid Agent essentially will streamline the process so that anybody can create their own OpenClaw instance. Now, on Liquid Agent, of course, the agents are called call it Liquid Agents by default. You can change the name to whatever you want. But ultimately, this is going to be the for sure the flagship product of Liquid Agent. This is actually the vision of Liquid Agent, how I've always wanted Liquid Agent to be built out since the very beginning. And I think it's actually pretty awesome, because at the end of the day, um, you know, being able to automate your tasks, being able to schedule tasks and whatnot, is always amazing. And so what's going to end up happening is, when individuals purchase their agent, and purchase their instance, they'll be able to a portion of the purchase is going to uh, essentially purchase liquid, and then go from there. Still trying to decide the inner workings of the payments, but that's like the next thing, the next flow of it all. It should be, of course, it should be streamlined. So that's like the last thing. But other than that, let's see. I just want to make sure that it's working properly as far as the stream. I know some people were mentioning that the stream wasn't working.
Yeah, it had like a little glitch earlier, but I have fixed it. It should be good to go.
Okay, cool. And then, what are your thoughts, Ben? Like when it comes to blockchain and like AI, like, and not even just blockchain, but just like even Web 2 and just automation, like.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a natural progression, right? So when we sit down and look at the overall landscape of Web 2, Web 3, blockchain, AI, there's going to definitely be some type of progression. Because when we always talk about it, AI, as we can see, what's going to come first, and blockchain is going to take off in terms of mass adoption. I'm looking at apps that I used to use, like a Gmail or Microsoft Paint or Wix or really anything. Even my bank, they now have AI integrated with it now.
Mm-hmm.
That Now that AI has really taken off just due to all these different startups like OpenAI, Google Gemini, etc., Microsoft having, and AWS, GCP having the cloud infrastructure, which again has some pros. Having the ability to run it locally, having your own hardware, training your own data, everything that's going on, I could definitely see it to where anyone, everyone, whether you're in school, an individual or business, will have their own personal assistant, whether that's via a software or a hardware device. And those who are building with this will definitely be able to see the future. Like you said, with the vision, the grand vision you have with Liquid Asian is with the partnership. I can definitely see it to where, for example, I know you have the meta glasses, right? Or you have these augmented reality things. And one of the things that I was talking to Chris would be very interesting is think of it like a video game where you have the NPCs, the non-playable characters, right? And just like how Liquid Agent, you created to where you have your own Liquid Agent. It has its own thing, it has its own, it has its own personality. Now imagine within the video games where now depending on your character, your stats, and everything else, the NPC actually has different dialogue, right? So I can definitely see it to where not only are things being more automated, but expanding the digital landscape of finance, of real estate, of gaming, of music, really everything. It's going to be really interesting to see how things are going. You can look at it as a pessimistic thing, the optimistic thing. It's getting really interesting, especially when it comes to like agentic AI, digital twins. Like I'm now starting to see on social media where it's getting a lot better. I could definitely still tell that it's AI, but in the future, I think having a lot of the stuff that we created, like having security measures, making sure like, hey, some type of disclaimer or watermark, letting people know like, hey, this is AI. But overall, I think definitely what we're building here at Liquid Asian is definitely needed. I think the overall altering thing that we've definitely solved is exactly what you said. Open Cloud is here, all these new tools are here, but what can you do with it? There's still a lot of setup, and we need to make it super easy, super simple for individuals to create a Liquid Agent, have these skills, use the GUI that we have in the front end, but also utilize it with Telegram as well as iMessage, which we have on this account. And I could definitely see it expanding in different other avenues, whether it's maybe some type of hardware on your phone or your email. But the future's here. The future's now. I'm just super excited what we're doing here at Liquid Agent, and always looking for, not necessarily looking for the newest, biggest hot thing, but whatever's happening, making sure that one, we are integrating it if needed, and two, making it super simple and super easy for anyone and everyone individually to be able to use this technology.
Exactly. Because it, like I said, I was talking to my wife last night about this, and I was just like, it's one thing to build around blockchain related tech, but I think what would get people more excited about blockchain is, funny enough, T even said this too, is that AI is going to more than likely be the catalyst for blockchain activity because it makes it much simpler to navigate. But it comes from, of course, when you're speaking to individuals that are in Web 2, got to make it simple and easy for individuals to understand the technology, why they would want to, participate in this tech in the first place. And when you figure out, like, when you find out that basically you can simplify users, either workflows, or you simplify users' ability to actually be able to, uh, you know, navigate through day-to-day activities, then you can actually also figure out ways to integrate them slowly into blockchain technology. And I do believe that there of course are platforms that are slowly getting people into the tech, um, you know in a very safe environment. We could go all day as far as like even like why it doesn't seem like retail wants to participate in blockchain right now. Um, and it kind of is stem from really just like a lack of trust, a lack of you know basically just so many things right now that's happening in crypto that individuals are um, too scared to actually play with. But I find it funny that institutions are wanting to jump in, and they're like super excited for the technology. So we're starting to really see a shift in the basically like the macro trend when it comes to the sector. But I do believe that in order to get retail back in, it has to be done in a very, of course, done in a very seamless way. And I do believe that AI is going to basically make that happen.
100%. And how I, as you were explaining it, how I could definitely see it is with a lot of these traditional mom and pop companies integrating something that we've created with the liquid agent. Like you said, it can help automate a lot of the processes, right? And bookkeeping, scheduling, all these other stuff. But because they have skills now, at a click of a button, they can just enable it, manipulate stuff. Even if they are not, even if they're hesitant to integrate the crypto and blockchain related stuff, they can at least get the AI. Because again, it's history rhymes, right? Toys R Us, Blockbuster, all these different companies didn't adapt because they didn't see that, hey, putting my business online, they were skeptical of users putting their financials on the internet. Why would they do that? And now they don't exist. And it's going to get to the point where you don't know when that time frame is, whether that's next year, 2, 3, 10 years from now. But if your business is not integrating some type of AI system in it, unfortunately, you may not last because AI just makes things a lot more seamless, right? If you were depending on if product management or whatever, typically you have to write documentation, all that. Well, depending on the company, like a Wix, for example, that I just saw, you can just type to it, or even your bank. If you can't find where you need to go, be like, hey, I'm looking for my bank statement. Hey, I'm doing this, and it'll just guide you there. You no longer have to have that user intervention. You no longer have to spend time to where you can do other stuff. So I think utilizing liquid agent and integrated in companies is the first step, and then curating those different skills and then integrating the crypto later on. But 100% without a doubt, I think the things that again that we harp on that's very, very important to us, especially our foundational company, is security first and making it super simple and super easy.
Yep, exactly. So with that being said, um, you know, you'll be able to with Liquid Agent soon. You'll be able to deploy your own OpenClaw instance. Um, each user will end up having their own instance that they'll be able to utilize. Um, it'll be essentially, excuse me, it'll essentially be starting at, yeah, 5 gigabytes of RAM, no, 5 gigabytes of storage, um, and individuals will be able to download their own instance. Um, so not instance, but their own skills. The skills again, they're going to be vetted by us. Um, in the future, maybe be able to decentralize the skills. But for now, just for starting, it'll be that we vet them out because individuals, if they, again, you have the ability to go and check out the skills. I'm trying to remember this site. I believe it's Open Hub. No, Claw Hub. Claw Hub. You can check it out. But there are a lot of, even though there's a lot of skills, there are a lot of skills that have, 1 star, 0 stars, and you know, time and time again, individuals have been downloading these skills and they've been getting hacked or their wallets have been getting, um, drained. Don't, of course, want that. And so, because, security is first. So, with that, pretty soon individuals will be able to create their own OpenClaw instance in less than 60 seconds.
Amazing, amazing. Well, I just want to say thank you for everyone who joined today's live space. We will definitely have another one soon. Again, Liquid Agent is here to make things simple and easy when it comes to automation. Through finance and now integrating with OpenCloud will open the doors to hundreds of Web2 companies for us to keep doing what we're doing with the education platform. Till next time, thank you all for joining the spaces, and you guys have a good one. Peace.
Peace.